Now I'm going to read a couple scripture. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will love and not demand love in return. And no man liveth unto himself, for every living thing is bound by a cord to every other living thing. And so, yes, blessed are the pure in heart, for they will love and not demand love in return. They will not do to other men what they would not have other men do unto them. There are two selves, the higher self and the lower self. The higher self is human spirit, clothed in soul, made in the form of Jah, God Almighty I. The lower self, the carnal self, the body of desire, is a reflection of the higher self, distorted by the murky ethers of the flesh. Let me say that again. The lower self is the carnal self. The body of desire, it is a reflection of the higher self, and it's distorted by the murky ether of the flesh. The lower self is an illusion and will pass away, but the higher self is Jah in man and will not pass away. The higher self is the embodiment of truth. The lower self is truth reverse, and so is falsehood manifest. The higher self is justice, mercy, love, and right. The lower self is what the higher self is not. The lower self breeds hatred, slander, lewdness, murder, theft, and everything that harms. The higher self is mother of the virtue and the harmonies of life. Think on these things. If there's any truth and if there's any virtue, think on these things. So there is two self, the higher self and the lower self. And you have heard the scriptures and the laws. The lower self is rich in promises, but poor in blessedness and peace, and it offers pleasure, joy, satisfying gain, but gives unrest, misery, and death. And there is where you find the broken promises. It gives man apples that are lovely to the eye and pleasant to the smell. Their cores are full of bitterness and gall. If you would ask me what to study, I would say yourself. Study yourself. And you will have studied them, and then would ask what to study next. And I would reply, yourself. He who knows well his lower self knows the illusions of the world, knows of the things that passed away. And he who knows his higher self knows the Almighty. Yeah. Knows the things that are cannot pass away. Thrice blessed is the man who has made purity and love his very own. He has been ransomed from the perils of the lower self, and is himself his higher self. Thrice, 3 times, blessed is the man who made purity and love his very own. He has been ransomed from the perils of the lower self, and is himself his higher self. Nowadays, no man wants to be that. They want the reward of the world. And so corruption comes in, hangs in the balance. So much deceit, so much hatred to gratify the flesh. And that's why you see today so much wickedness is flourishing in the earth. Man seeks salvation from an evil that deems a living monster of the nether world. And they have gods that are but just demons in disguise, all powerful, yet full of jealousy and hatred and lust. Whose favors must be bought? Whose favors must be bought with costly sacrifice of fruits and of the lives of birds and animals and humankind. Truth speaketh. Do your interpretation. It is plain to hear and to see. There is much meat in what I've just read. One might ask, which book I read from? I know most of you thinks that only the Bible, but there are many books surrounding the Bible. And many of the things that Yahshua spoke about wasn't written and isn't written in the Bible. So we must do our research. on these books and find them. We as black people must live by these. We must purify ourselves and our heart as our foreparents. Our black foreparents didn't create any nuclear bombs, any weapons of such. You cannot find a black country or a black settlement that devising these things. And so the other nations take advantage of us with their weapons of mass destruction, their bombs and their guns. Sometimes I look and I say, wow, that's the reason why we are so dominated, why we are the dominated race. And sometimes I hate it. Our sons do too, as they're feeling it. And they're being pressured by the other nation and taken advantage of in the earth. So I apply to our sons to work with your father diligently. Bring your talent, bring your skills, bring your gifts, and let us work on it. Let us work together. For your father is your lead and your guide, who is in front of you. And you need someone like that. Blessed love, stay well, stay safe, and in the balance. Protect your household. Live for joy, live for peace, live for love. Live for humanity. Blessed love. Daniel Marshall on the infrastructure work.